Hello, spooky friends. Welcome to English Podcast for Listening and Speaking. Haha, I'm already excited. Please like, share, and comment your favorite Halloween memory so more learners join our warm, curious community tonight.
Thanks for being here, everyone. We're diving into safety on Halloween night. Real rules, real laughs, real learning. You must stick around. However, you should bring curiosity and kindness too.
Halloween glows with costumes, candy, and tiny footsteps. Although the magic sparkles, parents and neighbors need to stay vigilant. We're mixing fun with responsibility so the night stays bright.
Exactly. Think of tonight as joyful chaos with guidelines. Kids must stay visible. Adults should supervise. Drivers are required to slow down near trick-or-treaters, even if schedules feel tight.
Let's paint the scene. Streets hum with capes, masks, and giggles. Nevertheless, every corner hides a possible hazard: dark driveways, loose pets, distracted drivers. Better safe than sorry, right?
Right. Vocabulary warm-up you can feel. Vigilant means alert with purpose. Precaution means a step you take before risk. Supervision means active watching, not scrolling your phone every block.
I love that active watching. If you're leading a group, you must count heads often. Kids should walk, not sprint. Everyone needs to use sidewalks when available and cross at lights.
Reflective tape turns costumes into tiny beacons. Although black capes look awesome, you ought to add reflective bands or glow sticks. Playing it safe can still look cool. Neon vampire, anyone?
Haha, Neon Dracula wins the neighborhood. Costumes should fit, long hems must be pinned, masks should not block vision. Honestly, safety tweaks are tiny, yet the payoff feels enormous.
Let's weave in modals naturally. Must equals non-negotiable safety. Should is strong advice. Is required to signals regulation like a curfew or city guideline. Have to and need to fit context.
Great. Example rhythm. Children must stay in groups. Older kids should check in every 30 minutes. Cyclists are required to use lights after sunset. Drivers have to stop at crosswalks, no excuses.
Candy chat, quickly. Parents should inspect wrappers before kids indulge. If something looks tampered, you have to discard it. When uncertain, play it safe. Sweetness never outranks well-being.
I hear a parent asking, how visible is visible? You must aim for front and back visibility. Reflective stickers on shoes and candy bags should help drivers notice movement instantly.
Sidewalks beat streets. If there's no sidewalk, people are required to walk facing traffic. You need to hold flashlights low so beams don't blind drivers, but still mark your steps.
And neighbors, join the team. Although decorations look fabulous, cords should be taped down, open flames must be guarded. Porch steps ought to be clear. Seriously. Pumpkins and ankles are longtime enemies.
Haha, that's true. Pumpkin versus ankle is a classic Halloween rivalry. Homeowners should switch on porch lights early. A light is a friendly signal saying, you're in safe hands here.
Audience question 1. What safety rule do you always enforce on Halloween? Comment the line you tell your kids or your street every year. Let's collect community wisdom tonight.
Audience question 2. Which habit do neighbors need to adopt this year? More reflective decorations, slower driving, or clearer walkways? You must tell us. Your comment might help a nearby listener.
Let's roleplay a parent pep talk, calm and cheerful. Team, we must stay together. You should cross only at corners. If someone feels tired, we need to pause, no rushing.
Add a contingency line. If a house looks dark, we should skip it. We're here for friendly porches. Look before you leap. Mystery paths aren't tonight's adventure.
Nice. And I like a simple tech plan. Older kids must carry charged phones. They should share location temporarily. Everyone needs a meeting point if the group separates near the plaza.
A meeting point is required for big neighborhoods. Choose something visible. Clock tower, community center, bright mural. If signals fail, you must return there at set times without negotiation.
Costumes and movement. Let's compare options. A princess dress should be ankle safe. It's safer than trailing fabric. A pirate must secure plastic swords. Waving them wildly is a close call waiting.
Agreed. Face paint is safer than a thick mask because vision matters. Even though masks look dramatic, kids should test visibility indoors first. Stairs, turns, and bending to pick candy.
Speaking of bending, candy bags get heavy. Children should switch arms to avoid tripping. Group leaders must carry a tiny first aid pouch, just bandages and wipes. Small precautions, big comfort.
Drivers listening, thank you for caring. On Halloween, you are required to slow down far below normal speeds. You must check mirrors twice. Costumes create unpredictable angles and sudden dashes.
And please, music volume should stay low. You need to hear footsteps, laughter, and warnings. Tonight, your attention is their shield. One careful second can rewrite a story beautifully.
Neighborhood logistics curfews. Some towns are required to end trick-or-treating at specific hours. Families should check city guidelines this afternoon. Clear times ease expectations and prevent late-night wandering.
I love neighborhood leaders who post friendly reminders. Costumes must be visible after dusk, sidewalks should be clear, pets ought to be leashed. Short lines, strong safety culture language that loves.
Speaking of pets, owners are required to secure gates. Even friendly dogs can spook kids in costumes. You must plan for doorbell chaos. Treats for pets keep everyone chilled.
Let's step into feelings. Kids feel brave, parents feel protective. Although thrill belongs to Halloween, reassurance must travel alongside. A confident plan turns nerves into joy, step by step.
Exactly. Precaution isn't fear, it's choreography. When everyone knows the dance, the night flows. You should rehearse crossing signals and flashlight signals quickly before leaving. Tiny practice builds calm.
Quick vocabulary booster in natural phrases. Stay vigilant at corners. Parental supervision keeps routes predictable. Reflective bands reduce hazard. Follow local regulations. Listen to how each word carries care.
And grammar booster with heart. You must wait at the curb. You should check candy with us. Bikes are required to stop at crossings. These aren't lectures. They're promises of safety.
Haha, promises of safety. I love that. It sounds like we're weaving a spell that protects laughter. Yes, magical night, but grounded feet play it safe and collect memories, not injuries.
Flashlight etiquette matters. Beams should point down. Kids must avoid shining lights into drivers' eyes. Adults need to carry spare batteries. Nothing ruins confidence like sudden darkness mid-block.
Weather check. If rain threatens, capes should be clipped and hemlines pinned. Umbrellas must not block sightlines. Honestly, a bright poncho beats soaked velvet every single time.
Street selection. Families should prefer well-lit blocks. You have to skip construction zones and alleys. If a shortcut feels eerie, you must trust instincts. Better safe than sorry, always.
Sweet boundaries talk. When a porch says, please take one, kids should respect it. Communities thrive on courtesy. Generosity feels sweeter when everyone follows the spirit of the bowl.
And if crowds surge, group leaders must pull aside to regroup. Parents need to model calm breathing. Children are required to hold the line rope or a buddy's sleeve, not dart.
Haha, the buddy sleeve rule, I used that growing up. It felt silly, but it worked. You should give each pair a tiny secret password. Teamwork turns into a game.
Here's a quick pre-walk checklist spoken like a neighbor. Phones charged, reflective gear on, routes chosen, meeting point set, curfew known. You must tick those before the first doorbell rings.
Audience, share your checklist in the comments. What do your kids need to remember? Which detail should your neighborhood adopt tonight so everyone feels in safe hands?
One last mask reminder. Masks should come off while crossing streets. You must see clearly. If the costume demands a mask, kids have to lift it until they're safely across.
Candy trade tradition. Haha, crucial diplomacy. Families should agree on swaps at home, not mid-street. You must keep pockets zipped while walking. Dropped candy invites scrambles and stumbles.
Street performers in haunted yards look thrilling. However, if actors jump scare near curbs, organizers are required to keep distance from traffic. Entertainment must never compromise crossing safety.
I'm feeling hopeful. Although the night can get noisy, kindness organizes the soundtrack. Parents, neighbors, drivers, and teens should move like one careful orchestra rhythm, steady, lights bright.
Perfect image. Tonight's rule set isn't about restrictions. It's about guarantees. You must return home smiling. Communities should wake tomorrow grateful. Halloween ought to feel enchanted, not alarming.
As we glide to Section 2, we'll dig into specific trick-or-treat responsibilities, costumes, crossings, group leadership, and playful role-plays for real-life moments. Bring your questions. Bring your best neighborhood tips.
And please like, share, and comment your top non-negotiable rule. Your words may become another family's lifesaver. Ready to step from sparkly theory into streetwise practice together?
Then stay with us. We're turning wisdom into footsteps, keeping magic alive with simple, strong language. Next stop, trick or treat rules and responsibilities, practical, friendly, and confidently safe. Stepping right onto the sidewalk together, friends, tonight is delightful chaos. So our language must be calm and clear. Let's turn big rules into friendly footsteps families actually follow.
Exactly. Streetwise habits begin before the door opens. Kids must travel in groups, not solo adventures. An older sibling or responsible adult should lead with steady pace and bright visibility.
I like a cheerful huddle before leaving. Everyone must know the route, the meeting point, and the curfew. Phones should be charged, locations shared, pockets zipped, shoelaces double-checked for confidence.
Costumes matter more than Instagram. Long capes must be pinned, trailing fabric should be shortened, masks are required to allow full side vision. Face paint is safer than narrow eye holes on corners.
Visibility is tonight's superpower. Front and back must glow. Reflective tape should ride on sleeves, hems, and bags. Glow sticks are required to swing low so drivers recognize small moving shapes.
Sidewalks rule the night. Groups must stay to the right and pass kindly. If sidewalks vanish, everyone is required to walk facing traffic, single file, with flashlights angled down, never upward.
Crossing is performance art. You must stop, look, and listen together. Children should wait one step back from the curb. Adults need to model patience. Better safe than sorry beats rushed candy.
Intersections love clarity. Cross only at corners or lights. Mid-block dashes are forbidden fun. Drivers should expect surprises. Nevertheless, pedestrians are required to act predictable, no zigzags, no sudden U-turns.
Driveway edges make sneaky hazards. Kids must pause at every driveway mouth. Cars should creep. Adults are required to scan parked vehicles for reversing lights and distracted drivers playing spooky playlists.
Speaking of drivers, neighborhoods tonight are shared classrooms. Drivers must crawl, not cruise. Headlights should stay on, music low, phones away. Every intersection is required to receive exaggerated, generous patience.
Porch etiquette keeps magic friendly. Dark houses must be skipped. Please take one. Bowls should be respected. Gates are required to close gently. Knock softly. Wait. Smile. Keep the stairs uncrowded.
Masks off while crossing non-negotiable. Children must lift or remove masks at curbs. Visibility should outrank costume drama for 10 seconds. That tiny pause prevents a close call none of us want.
Candy talk, because hearts and sugar compete. Parents should inspect wrappers under good light. Anything unsealed must be discarded without debate. If uncertain, play it safe and trade for trusted treats.
Groups drift. That's normal. Leaders must count heads at every second block or major corner. Buddy pairs should hold sleeves in busy zones. If numbers mismatch, everyone is required to pause immediately.
Pets bring jump scare energy. Owners must leash and secure. Visiting kids should ask before petting. If a dog looks anxious, we need to step aside and give space without drama.
Costumes on wheels, scooters, and bikes alter physics. Riders are required to dismount at crowds and crossings. Helmets must stay on. Lights should flash steadily. Tricks can wait for the empty parking lot.
Weather plays tricks too. In rain, hems must be clipped, ponchos should shine, and umbrellas are required to reveal faces while crossing. In wind, loose props need to stay home. Haha.
Candy bags transform into kettlebells. Children should switch hands every few blocks. Adults must carry a small first aid pouch. Tiny bandages and wipes are required to turn tears into quick giggles.
Strangers indoors bring teachable moments. Kids must stand where homeowners can see them clearly. If something feels odd, you should trust instincts and leave. Kindness never obligates anyone to linger.
Teens negotiating independence deserve clarity, not panic. Older kids must send checkpoint texts at agreed corners. Groups should stick to lit streets. Parties are required to share addresses with parents beforehand.
Curfews prevent wandering fog. Neighborhoods sometimes publish hours families are required to follow. Even without official rules, groups should set a hard stop time and celebrate finishing together at home.
Tech is your quiet chaperone. Location sharing may be temporary, but kids must keep phones audible. Battery packs should ride with teen leaders. Screens are required to stay pocketed while walking.
Social media adds glitter and risk. Teens should post later, not live. Home addresses must never appear in the frame. Costumes can shine tomorrow. Privacy deserves tonight's stronger spotlight.
House decorations can complicate footing. Pathways must remain clear of cords and fog machines. Strobe lights should avoid steps. Homeowners are required to place jump scares away from curbs and crossings.
Fire safety still matters. Candles must sit inside stable holders. Costumes should avoid loose tinsel near flames. Battery tea lights are required love letters to both ambience and caution, honestly.
Car-to-curb drop-offs tempt shortcuts. Riders must exit on the sidewalk side only. Drivers should signal early, pull completely to the curb, and are required to check blind spots twice before moving.
Large groups create train effects. Leaders must choose a manageable pace. Tailwalkers should carry whistles. If the line stretches dangerously, families are required to split into smaller, calmer clusters.
Neighbors supporting neighbors is the secret spell. Volunteers should patrol crossings in reflective vests. Community centers are required to mark safe rest spots with water, benches, and big friendly lighting.
Emotional safety matters too. Sensitive kids should choose quieter blocks. Jump scare houses must be optional, never pressured. Families need to speak up kindly. We'll skip this one tonight, thanks.
Allergy awareness keeps everyone included. Homes offering alternatives should mark teal pumpkins. Kids must ask when uncertain. Parents should carry labeled backups. Hosts are required to answer politely or redirect kindly.
Quick kid role play, cheerful and firm. We must wait for the walk signal. You should hold my sleeve here. We need to cross together, then you can choose the next house.
Parent counterpart, calm and clear. Masks off at the curb, team. Bikes are required to stop. Remember, we play it safe tonight, so tomorrow's smiles are guaranteed, not gambled.
Driver reminder, one more time. If your neighborhood is popular, you must choose an alternate route or park and walk. Streets should belong to tiny legs and reflective capes for a while.
Home party guidelines reduce surprises. Guests are required to stay indoors after curfew. Teens must keep exits clear, music moderate, and balcony doors locked. Hosts should share emergency contacts with parents.
Lost and found protocol saves tears. Children must memorize a family name and meeting point. If separated, they should approach a porch with lights and ask an adult to call the number.
Community etiquette blends firmness with warmth. Homeowners must avoid realistic weapons as props near sidewalks. Teens should keep pranks harmless. Everyone is required to leave decorations untouched unless invited.
Let's compare language strength quickly. You must stop is safety law. You should slow down is strong advice. You're required to yield signals official regulation. Hear how obligation shapes behavior.
Nicely modeled. And when someone slips, compassion leads. Leaders must check for injury, move the group aside, and call for help if needed. Curious crowds should give space, not commentary.
Audience question 1. Would you let older kids trick or treat without direct supervision if location sharing stays on? Explain which checkpoints must be mandatory in your neighborhood.
Audience question 2. At which intersections should volunteers be required to stand tonight, and why? Name landmarks, lighting conditions, and any recurring hazards others should anticipate in your area.
Final mini-scene before we meet Officer James. A driveway suddenly fills with cars. The group feels squeezed. Leaders must reroute calmly. Kids should follow the buddy sleeve rule and breathe.
Perfect pivot. When conditions change, plans adapt. Families are required to treat safety like choreography, repeatable beats, practiced cues, predictable turns. That steadiness keeps fear out and joy in.
As we shift to our expert segment, bring your vocabulary questions. We'll ask Officer James about vigilant attention, smart precautions, and what supervision truly means on crowded streets.
Stay with us. The interview will sharpen our words and strengthen our routines. You must hear these tips. They should turn a busy night into confident, glowing footsteps.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight's getting darker, but our conversation's getting brighter, ha. We've promised you some real expert advice, and guess what? He's right here with us.
That's right. We're joined by Officer James from the Community Safety Department. He's spent more Halloweens on patrol than most of us have eaten chocolate bars.
Haha, you're not wrong, Brian. Thanks for having me. Every year I see amazing costumes and a few too many close calls that could have been avoided with a little precaution.
Well, that's exactly why you're here. We've been talking about rules and responsibility, but we want your take. Let's start simple. The word vigilant keeps popping up tonight. What does it really mean?
Vigilant means steady attention. You're aware without being afraid. Parents must stay alert to surroundings, driveways, pets, speeding cars, but also calm enough so kids still feel safe.
So it's not about paranoia, it's about presence. You should watch carefully, not stare suspiciously at everyone with a mask.
Exactly, it's the difference between looking around and looking for trouble. Stay aware, keep your phone down, and move as a team. That's being vigilant.
I love that steady, calm human. And what about the word precaution? We use it often, but I bet people forget how practical it is.
A precaution is simply a step you take before danger appears. Wearing reflective gear, checking the route, setting a meeting point, those are smart precautions. Families must plan them early.
I like that. It's like the saying, better safe than sorry. You plan the boring part now, so the fun stays fun later.
Exactly! Haha, safety might sound dull, but trust me, the fun ends fast if you skip those boring steps.
Let's hit another one, supervision. Some parents think supervision means walking 10 feet behind scrolling Instagram. What do you say, officer?
Oh, I see that every year. Supervision means active watching. You should walk near your group, notice who's crossing, who's tired, who's drifting off. It's not just presence, it's attention.
So being visible isn't enough. Adults must actually guide.
Right. Think of yourself as the group's headlights. You keep everyone moving safely and predictably.
Beautiful metaphor. And here's a grammar highlight for our learners. The word must makes the rule strong. Parents must supervise. The word should softens it. Parents should stay close. Same idea, different tone.
Great teaching moment. And officer, what about regulation versus guideline? They sound similar, but they feel different.
Good question. A regulation is official law. For example, cyclists are required to use front and rear lights after dark. A guideline is advice you should do it, even if it's not legally enforced.
So the city might require reflective gear, but parents should also add glow sticks just in case.
Exactly. A regulation sets the floor, good habits raise the ceiling.
Haha, I like that. The floor and the ceiling of safety.
Let's talk practical. What's your top visibility rule tonight?
Reflective ankles. Drivers notice movement, not color. So kids should wear reflective bands on their shoes or ankles. Parents must test visibility indoors first, in dim light, to see what shines.
That's gold. It's always the small habits that save seconds.
You've seen plenty of costumes over the years. Which ones cause trouble?
Oh, the long capes. Every year we get at least one trip and fall call. Kids must pin them short. And masks that block side vision, big problem. I tell parents, face paint is safer.
So, kids must pin, parents should test. Easy, rhythmic, memorable.
Speaking of memory, let's slide to vocabulary again. Hazard. What's that in everyday English?
A hazard is anything that can cause harm, tripping cords, dark steps, fog machines near curbs. Families should scan for hazards before the crowd thickens.
Great. So hazard equals hidden risk. Precaution equals preparation. Vigilance equals constant attention.
Haha. Our listeners will ace the IELTS vocabulary section after this.
I hope so. But more importantly, they'll walk safely.
Candy check time. The classic question, how strict should parents be?
You must inspect every wrapper under good light. Anything unsealed or suspicious, discard it. Don't argue with candy, play it safe. The fun is in the story, not the sugar.
Haha, true. And what about trick-or-treat timing? Curfews?
If your city has one, you are required to follow it. Even if it doesn't, families should set their own finish time. Stopping by 9 gives everyone time to wind down safely.
Phones are next. You've seen those glowing screens under masks, haven't you?
All the time. Teens must keep phones audible, not buried. Group leaders are required to carry power banks. Phones should stay in pockets while walking, eyes forward.
And social media posting live videos, showing addresses?
Post later. Teens should never reveal home locations or routes in real time. That's a precaution and a courtesy.
What's your stance on older kids walking without adults?
It depends on maturity and lighting. Older kids must stay in groups of at least 3, should stick to main streets, and are required to text parents at each checkpoint.
Perfect. Must stay in groups, should text checkpoints, is required to stay visible. We're getting our modal verbs in full swing tonight.
Haha, grammar with purpose. I like it.
Pets and decorations always interesting.
Dogs must be leashed. Owners should expect noise and costumes. Decorations need to be safe. No open flames near steps. Jump scares should stay a few meters from the curb.
You mentioned a close call earlier, right?
Yes. One year, 2 kids ran toward a porch while a car reversed. Their reflective tape saved them. That was literally a close call. Parents must teach kids to stop at every driveway mouth.
That phrase fits perfectly. A close call, meaning a near miss, almost an accident.
And what about the phrase in safe hands?
Oh, that's my favorite idiom. It means someone responsible is watching. When adults coordinate, children are in safe hands. Communities should share that duty joyfully, not reluctantly.
I like that. Safety is teamwork, not tension.
Before we wrap up, could you share one line every family should remember tonight?
Sure, we plan precautions so kids can enjoy surprises. It's short, warm, and true.
That's beautiful. Plan precautions, enjoy surprises. Perfect English, perfect wisdom.
And for our learners, vigilant, precaution, supervision, regulation, hazard. These aren't just test words. They're tools for real life.
Absolutely. You must practice them in conversation. Say, we're vigilant tonight. Let's take that precaution. The more you speak safety, the more natural it becomes.
Audience time. Which tip surprised you? Which rule should your street adopt tonight? Ankle reflectors, checkpoint texts, or volunteers in reflective vests?
Comment below and share this episode. You should spread safety like candy, haha, it never runs out.
Thanks for having me. Stay alert, stay kind, and remember, everyone's fun depends on everyone's care.
Couldn't have said it better.
Coming up next, we'll switch gears to tech, teens, and curfews. How do you balance freedom with safety in a digital world?
Stick around. You must hear how small apps and smart talk keep families glowing long after the pumpkins fade.
Picking up right where Officer James left us, let's talk teens, phones, and curfews. Haha, the spicy part. Freedom matters, however. Safety must ride shotgun every minute tonight.
Exactly. Technology can be helpful. Nevertheless, boundaries prevent drift. Teens should share location temporarily, and group leaders are required to carry battery packs. Dead phones erase plans instantly.
Let's set a family script that sounds respectful, not controlling. You must text at checkpoints. You should avoid dark shortcuts. We're required to meet at the mural at 9.
Nice cadence. Short, clear, repeatable. If a plan felt bossy, teens would resist. However, cooperative language keeps dignity alive while rules still protect. Balance beats barking orders every time.
Checkpoint rhythm matters. Texts need to include street name, group size, and mood. Parents should reply fast, even with a simple, got it. That tiny acknowledgement keeps confidence breathing.
And transportation has obligations too. Rideshare drivers are required to stop only at well-lit pickup points. Teens must check the plate and driver name before opening doors. Look before you leap, always.
Parties will happen, haha, let's be real. Hosts should share the address and a contact adult. Guests are required to stay indoors after curfew. Neighbors must keep porches bright near closing time.
Curfew itself works best when agreed, not announced. Families should choose a time that's earlier than tired brains expect. Better safe than sorry beats dramatic midnight walking debates.
Quick parent-teen role play, friendly tone. You must text when you arrive and again when you leave. If the crowd doubles suddenly, we would pick you up, no judgment, just safety.
Teen reply, that still sounds cool. Got it. I should stay with the group. If my phone drops to 10%, I have to plug into the battery pack immediately.
Comparatives help decisions stick. That street is brighter and safer than the shortcut. Waiting together is wiser than splitting up. We should speak in pictures, not arguments when pressure rises.
Social posting needs rules. Teens must post later, not live. Photos should avoid house numbers and identifiable routes. Platforms are required to blur locations automatically when settings allow.
Headphones change awareness. Teens should keep one ear open or none at all. Music can wait. Crossing streets requires full attention. Friends must nudge friends kindly if earbuds slip back.
Group dynamics matter. One bold friend often sets speed. Leaders should adopt a 3-beat mantra. Slow, signal, cross. Everyone is required to echo it when excitement spikes near intersections.
When teens get invitations mid-walk, decisions need rails. Send the address, we must verify. If it's crowded, we would decline politely. A script saves time and prevents pressure spirals.
Door policies for home gatherings keep order. Guests are required to check in with an adult. Back doors should stay locked. If numbers exceed capacity, hosts must announce graceful wind-down immediately.
Battery strategy saves nights. Leaders should carry a shared power bank and short cables. Phones must stay in pockets while walking. However, keep them reachable for checkpoint texts and quick photos.
If someone disappears from the chat, we don't panic, we execute. The group is required to return to the meeting point within 5 minutes. Parents must head there, not chase rumors.
Buses and trams can be crowded. Wow, teens should stand near the driver or conductor. Bags must close fully. Friends need to face outward at doors to create gentle space for exits.
For cyclists, visibility outranks style. Riders are required to use front and rear lights. Helmets must stay on. In dense areas, you should walk the bike, play it safe, not cinematic.
Let's address peer pressure head-on. If you felt weird about a plan, you would call us immediately. Kids should hear that sentence early. Permission to bail keeps choices clean.
And parents should promise rapid pickup, no lecture in the car. Debrief tomorrow with Coco. Consequences can wait, safety can't. That pact builds trust faster than speeches.
Map reading on phones is tempting. Teens must step away from curbs before checking screens. 1 foot back from the edge should be non-negotiable. Street focus beats scrolling every time.
Role-play a doorstep decision. Teen, the house looks chaotic. Parent, you should skip it. We'll meet at the cafe. You're in safe hands there. Short, warm, directive language wins.
Sometimes a friend insists on a shortcut. The group must decline together. If anyone wanders, leaders should text, "Return to mural now." Collective firmness protects better than one lonely voice.
Weather contingency matters too. If rain starts, capes ought to be clipped, and streets with drain puddles should be avoided. Visibility is required to rise as conditions fall.
Panic prevention is a language skill. Pause, breathe, check. Families should rehearse it. If voices rise, someone must count to 5 out loud. Calm is contagious when spoken deliberately.
Tech settings help. Teens should enable low power mode at 80%. Flashlight shortcuts must be memorized. Emergency contacts are required to sit at the top of the favorites list.
For meetups, landmarks beat addresses. Clock tower, orange mural, community center steps. If GPS lags, everyone should walk toward the landmark and stop. Moving targets make reunions harder.
Carpool rules keep curbs polite. Drivers are required to form a loop, not block crossings. Teens must enter from the sidewalk side only. Friends should wait 2 arm lengths back, then rotate forward.
Let's sprinkle idioms naturally. Tonight we play it safe. If something feels off, better safe than sorry. That alley? No thanks. Look before you leap. We'll take the brighter lane.
If a prank escalates, leaders must pivot. We're switching blocks. Teens should echo, not debate. Quick, united motion prevents a close call from becoming a real incident.
Parties with strobe lights need extra judgment. Teens should ask for steady lighting near stairs. Hosts are required to keep smoke machines away from steps and driveways. Clear footing beats theatrical fog.
Food allergies deserve airtime. Friends must ask before sharing treats. If labels are unclear, you should skip it. Inclusion means caution, not pressure. Safety tastes sweeter than any candy.
Curfew countdown strategy helps exits. 10 minutes before time, teens should send "wrapping up." Parents must reply "on the way." That duet reduces last-minute chaos and sidewalk races.
When plans shift fast, comparatives guide choices. This route is safer than that alley. Waiting together is smarter than splitting. Spoken comparisons calm brains under buzz and noise.
And if tech fails, we drop to analog. Teens should memorize 1 phone number and the meeting point. If separated, you must ask a lit porch to call that number immediately.
Community watch groups play a quiet hero role. Volunteers are required to wear reflective vests and carry small flashlights. Reports should be calm. Not dramatic information helps. Panic confuses.
Final micro role play, parent voice warm and firm. You must text at the plaza. You should leave with your group. If the house feels wrong, you would step back and call.
Teen echo with confidence. Copy. I must keep the phone audible. I should stay where it's brighter. If plans change suddenly, I would meet you at the mural immediately.
Audience check-in. Which app feature truly helps your family location sharing, check-in reminders, or emergency contacts? Comment the one tool you must use tonight and why it earns your trust.
Second question. What boundary should teens agree on before leaving? No live posting, no shortcuts, or checkpoint texts every 30 minutes. You should write your sentence using must or is required to.
I'm feeling optimistic. Technology plus kindness creates a safety net. Teens keep independence, parents keep peace of mind. Everyone wins when language is clear and obligations are shared.
Perfect bridge to our finale. We've walked rules, interviews, and teen tactics. Next, we'll land gently with a morning after checklist, community gratitude, and one memorable line to share widely.
Stay with us, friends. We'll gather lessons, lock in vocabulary, and send you out smiling. One more section, then your street is officially glowing with smart, safe Halloween energy. We're back, friends, walking the final stretch together. After tech plans and curfews, let's land softly with gratitude, clear language, and habits families must carry tomorrow.
Nicely said. Although Halloween glitters for one evening, responsibility continues. Communities should debrief, fix small hazards, and thank the neighbors who kept crossings bright and porches welcoming.
Let's recap the heart. Kids must stay visible, groups should move predictably, drivers are required to crawl. Those three anchors turned crowded streets into calm choreography all night.
And our vocabulary worked hard. Vigilant attention beats jumpy fear. Precautions chosen early prevent last-minute chaos. Supervision means active guidance, not distant scrolling. Regulations set floors. Good a bit raise ceilings.
I love that floor and ceiling picture, haha. Families must remember ankle reflectors, mask-off crossings, and checkpoint texts. Teens should post later, not live. Hosts are required to keep steps clear.
Morning after routines matter too. Adults should walk the route briefly, note dark corners, and email the city about broken lights. Small reports are civic kindness, not complaints.
Candy diplomacy continues at breakfast. Parents must inspect wrappers again under daylight. Allergy families should trade safely. Everyone needs to hydrate, stretch, and tell triumphant stories without the scary edges.
Stories teach faster than lectures. Although rules sounded strict, joy grew because rules protected it. That's the paradox we should celebrate. Limits designed the playground where freedom danced.
Let's model gentle language families can reuse. You must rest today. Your body should recover. We need to message thanks to volunteers. Drivers are required to be cautious again tonight.
Compliments carry further than critiques. Neighborhood groups should shout out good lighting, reflective decorations, and stationed helpers. Positive attention multiplies responsible behavior better than scolding ever will.
Okay, a tiny checklist spoken like neighbors. Curbs must stay clear. Decorations should come inside before storms. Extension cords are required to retire gracefully once pumpkins sleep. Friendly, right?
Very friendly. And teens deserve appreciation. Although independence stretched, they honored checkpoints. Parents should name that success aloud. Recognition builds trust faster than any new rule.
I want one more pass-through idioms. Better safe than sorry guided every crossing. Look before you leap, kept shortcuts honest. A close call reminded us to stay in safe hands together.
Nicely woven. Language shapes attention. When kids repeat those lines, habits stick. Families must keep these phrases alive at festivals, parades, and busy weekends, not only on Halloween.
Let's practice opinion starters for our IELTS learners. I believe neighborhoods should coordinate volunteers. In my view, drivers must reduce speed near costumes. Personally, households are required to light porches.
Add a comparative flourish. This block felt safer than last year because supervision was tighter. Reflective bands were more effective than glow sticks at corners. Clear comparisons sound confident and helpful.
And a second conditional example in natural speech. If crowds were heavier next year, we would add another checkpoint at the clock tower. See? Planning in conversation, not in formulas.
Debrief with teens like partners. Although you enjoyed freedom, you should tell us what felt risky. That invitation turns rules into shared strategy instead of top-down orders.
Community leaders, your turn. You must schedule a short meeting or thread. Streets should map hotspots, timing, and lighting gaps. Local shops are required to consider sponsoring vests or cones next year.
Gratitude rounds out the culture. Parents should thank patient drivers. Drivers must accept the applause and keep standards tomorrow. Kids are required to return borrowed props and say real thanks, not emojis only.
Haha, real thanks beats emojis, always. And please, neighbors should keep decorations friendly for a few days, then store them safely. No one needs surprise wires snaking across sidewalks next week.
Safety isn't a holiday costume. It's a language habit. We must keep speaking clearly. Stop, look, listen, cross. The verbs are tiny, the protection is huge.
Let's craft one memorable line families can share. On Halloween night, joy should be loud, but danger must be quiet. Post that if it fits your heart this morning.
Or this version for drivers. Costumes change every year. Caution is required every time. Short, respectful, impossible to misread at dusk or dawn.
Audience shoutouts time, wow. Drop a sentence using must or is required to, plus one safety word, vigilant, precaution, supervision, or regulation. We'll highlight favorites in the comments.
Second question for you. Which improvement would your street choose next year? Extra volunteers at intersections, reflective door markers, or an earlier family parade? You should vote with one crisp sentence.
Parents often ask how to motivate kids. Praise the behavior, not the candy count. You must have felt proud waiting at every curb. That sentence rewards patience, not just full bags.
And praise teamwork. Your buddy system was stronger than any shortcut. Comparatives teach judgment painlessly. Kids remember the music of language and repeat it in action.
For cities listening, partnerships matter. Parks departments should coordinate lighting repairs quickly. Schools must share safety phrases during announcements. Transit is required to post crawl speed reminders near popular blocks.
Media can help too. Local stations should feature reflective fashion tips instead of fear pieces. Communities are required to celebrate the helpers, not only chase dramatic footage.
I'm thinking again about Officer James's mantra, we plan precautions so kids can enjoy surprises. Families must pin that to the fridge honestly. It's warm, practical, and endlessly reusable.
Reuse the team pact as well. You must text first. We should answer fast. That mutual promise is safer than any app alone, because trust outruns technology during crowded nights.
Let's leave tiny scripts listeners can adopt anywhere. We play it safe and still have fun. We share sidewalks kindly. We finish together at the meeting point. Simple words, strong map.
If something went wrong last night, kindness should lead repairs. Apologize, adjust, and move. Communities are required to stay solutions-focused. Blame solves less than reflective tape and better timing.
Final vocabulary sweep, quick and friendly. Vigilant means steady attention. Precaution means pre-risk step. Supervision means active guidance. Regulation means official rule. You must carry these into every busy evening.
And final grammar rhythm. Must for non-negotiables, should for strong advice, is required to for regulated duties. Listeners should feel how tone shapes cooperation, not just compliance.
Deep breath together, friends. We learned, laughed, and kept the night bright. You must rest, hydrate, and share one helpful tip with a neighbor today. Safety grows by conversation.
Before we sign off, please like, share, and comment your number one rule from this episode. Your sentence might guide another family before sunset. Powerful, simple, generous.
Here comes our viral takeaway, ready to travel. On Halloween night, the real magic is every child coming home safely to smile again tomorrow. If you agree, share it with love.
Perfect ending. From English Podcast for Listening and Speaking, thank you for your attention, kindness, and vigilant hearts. You should subscribe so future episodes meet you right on time.
Until next time, keep your language clear, your steps steady, and your community in safe hands. We're proud of you truly. Stay bright, play it safe, and enjoy the sweet memories.